And we are live. Welcome, welcome everyone. So glad you're here. Hello around the world, truly from around the world. I see people here from Texas, California, both of the Carolinas. We've got people here from Colorado, and I see my home state, Georgia, is well represented today. Glad to have you. You understand me. You've got it. We've got Nigeria, the United Kingdom, Romania, Australia. Welcome, everyone. We are so glad to take the next few minutes and spend it with you. Now, I'm joined today by John Maxwell. My name is Mark Cole, and I'm the president and CEO of the Maxwell Leadership Enterprise. This is an organization, a brand, really, it's a movement that equips and empowers people to lead with values-based, people-centric servant leadership. Today, we are here with our good friend, and I do say our good friend, John Maxwell. I can hardly wait for you to hear from him, and I know, John, we've had over 10,000 register today and be a part of this conversation. So I can tell from the comments, I can tell today you are ready to learn and be inspired by John Maxwell. Now, if you'll allow me, I'd like to paint a picture for today. We'll jump right in, we'll get started, but I want you to know when you signed up for this call, we told you that we would help you learn and get ready to change your world, to make your world better. We told you that we would introduce what we're calling Change Your World Movement and how you can be a part. Now, you're watching today, you're listening. I want you to know we are not gathering here just to talk about John's new book, but we're actually here to talk about a movement. See, in January, when this book comes out, we'll start a book launch, we'll have a book tour, we'll tell you all about the book then. But what we're talking about today is what is on the pages of this book. As the CEO of the Maxwell Enterprise, I've had the honor, the privilege to read this book several times during the publishing process. I've read it, John. In fact, when John wrote the book Intentional Living several years ago, he was writing about this concept of transformation. But recently, John said that when he wrote the book Intentional Living, he wrote what he thought about leadership and transformation. But when he started to write this book, when he put pen to paper, he began to put down what he knows about transformation. So since this book is not out yet, since John and I we're like two buckets with holes in them.
Yeah, we are.
Which means there's no surprises.
No.
We can't hold anything. So we found a way to get you access so you can be a part of this world-changing movement. Now, the book hits the shelves January the 26th. But if you'll hold off until the end of today's program to this conversation, I'm not only going to tell you how to get a free copy of this book, I'm going to tell you how to be the first group of Change Your World coaches and facilitators. Is that okay? Can you hang with us for just a little bit? Because, John, if someone were to ask me today, how do I change my world? Am I excited about changing the world? I'd tell you that inside this book, John Maxwell is talking directly to you, to me. He's talking to each and every one of us, not just collectively, but individually. He's talking about values, something this world desperately needs right now, right where you are. We need values the most. In fact, we live in a world that is divisive, a world that is now in chaos, that is in pain. The world is suffering because of a lack of leadership values. The world we're living in now is viewing leadership like never before. We live in a world that is, in fact, leadership, John, as you said, it's leadership sad.
Correct.
It's a world that, to be honest with you, John's leadership sad, but I'm kind of leadership mad. Our world is hungry. It's desperate for good leadership. And what we're talking about today goes way beyond the writings of John in this book. Because within this book is a blueprint for how to take up the banner, stop waiting around for others, and take action for creating real people. We want you to know that if the world is going to change, you are going to have to change your world. And today we have with us our founder, my mentor, our leader, but all of our friend, John C. Maxwell, to show us the system you've used for several years in several countries, transforming nations. And today we're going to hear how we can be a catalyst to change in our community. So John, welcome today to the conversation. I really wanted to set everybody up, but we can't wait to hear from you. Welcome. I want you to greet the audience today that's viewing with us.
Well, thanks, Mark, very much. And I'm delighted that you're with us. And in these next few short minutes, we're going to help you not only become part of a movement, but we're going to begin to give you the secrets, since we have buckets with holes in them, the secrets of how you can get kind of on the front edge of being able to be a catalyst for change in your world, the people around you, your family, your friends, people that you work with. And I'm just so excited that you're here with Mark and myself. And we're going to do our best to make this time very valuable to you.
John, as I said in the introduction, our world is desperate for change.
Correct.
I am, you are, yes. Every one of our viewers are. So as you just stated right there, and you've stated in this book, how do we change our world?
Well, you know, Mark, when I wrote the book, I wanted to equip and empower you to make a difference where you are, the people that you love the most and that are around you. And so I began to ask myself, well, how do I really equip and empower people? How do I move people to change their world? And so every chapter that I wrote in the book, Mark, has attached to that chapter title an emotion, or something I want people to sense or feel that would get you actively engaged. For example, in chapter 1, anybody knows that in a movement you have to have a passion that kind of moves you or stirs you. And so the first chapter title is "We Can't Wait for Change." And it's all about the fact that in the very first few pages, I talk about if you're really wanting to see your world a better world than it is today, this book is for you. And I just basically began to stir up within what is already within you, the passion and the desire to really make a difference in people's lives. And passion is the great energizer. So chapter 1, Mark, is all about just kind of stirring up your passion, my passion, to say, yes, I'm going to raise my hand. I feel that I want to make a difference and say things that would add value to people. And so we kind of stir up the inner passion and create energy in chapter 1 to get people to line up, sign up, and get involved with us.
Yeah, and you know, you've been talking about this for a little while. We can tell you're passionate about change your world. Yeah. John often says, this book is my favorite book. And the problem with that, John, is most of the time he's talking about the current book while he's already writing a new book. Oh, yeah. And I never know which book to get excited about. But this year, this book, there is no question.
My favorite book.
This is your favorite book.
My favorite book.
Now, in this next chapter, you talk about transformation, and you talk about the fact that we have now to date reached over 4.2 million people with these values. And we get reports daily of positive, lasting effect that it's had on countries around the world. What I'd love for you to do, can you tell us a little bit about how transformation helps us become catalyst for change?
I've been delighted to, Mark. You see, just as chapter 1 talks about passion, chapter 2 talks about transformation. There has to be more than just an excitement about making a difference. And what we teach in chapter 2 is that transformation begins in me, that I need to have my life beautifully, positively changed so that I can help others change. And when my life is changed, in fact, as you know, Mark, in Guatemala, when we started the transformational movement in that country, the theme was transformation begins in me. It starts with me. And chapter 2 is all about the fact that it starts with me, which makes me a carrier of transformation. I now carry around with me the fact that I've been changed. But in chapter 2, we began to encourage you to be a caster of transformation. And that means that not only have I been changed, but I've been changed in such a way, Mark, that it's helped me, and I can hardly wait to cast the vision for it to help you also. So it's kind of like If I'm a carrier, I embrace what's happened to me. But if I'm a caster, I bring all of you in to be a part of this incredible movement also. So chapter 2 gets kind of a little bit more extensive and begins to expand, and we begin to invite other people into this transformation movement with us.
So you say in the book, I've heard you say it often, transformation starts with me and then expands to we.
That's right.
So that means I need others in the journey.
Absolutely.
And so in chapter 3, you talk a little bit about that. So is that right? We need others?
No question about it. In fact, in the 3rd chapter, I talk about the fact, it's entitled, We Need Each Other. Mm-hmm. And what I want all of us to realize is the fact that this is too big of a task just for one person. In the law of Mount Everest, we teach the fact that as the challenge escalates, the need for teamwork elevates. And transformation is a big challenge. I mean, it's a steep mountain that we have to climb. And you don't climb Mount Everest by yourself, and you don't do transformation by yourself. And by the way, it not only enables us to bring transformation in reality, it also makes it a lot more fun. It's just more fun, Mark, when you and I are doing it together and enjoying it as a team. So chapter 3 is all about, how do I do that? How do I become part of a team? How do I become part of a group that's bigger than me? One of the things I feel that have been so exciting about the John Maxwell team is that it allows literally tens of thousands of people to become a part of a group of people that have like values and like passion to make a difference. Mm-hmm. In fact, when we ever have our meetings with our John Maxwell team members, the thing that is always exciting to me is it's kind of like they're finally home. They sit around the table with other people with the same desires, the same passions, and it's kind of like, wow, this is truly family. And chapter 3 is all about what's it like to help each other, to need each other, and to really be part of a family that's bigger than you, and it's certainly bigger than Mark or myself.
You said something several years ago, John, that somebody asked you when you had trained 6 million leaders around the world with your nonprofit.
Oh, yes.
They said, John, what are you going to do with 6 million trained leaders? Do you remember your response?
Oh, yeah, I looked at him and said, anything I want to. Once you've trained leaders, I mean, everything rises and falls on leadership. Then, I mean, the sky is the limit. And that's what's happened. We trained 6 million leaders in every country of the world, and we're the only organization to ever do that. And now we're in transformation, and it's just, we already have this foundation that's just going to build into a great movement. And I guess, Mark, I think what we're saying to everybody today is we don't want to do without you. Yeah. We want you to be a part of this. We want you to say, wait a minute, wait. I think I want to make a positive difference in the lives of people. And that's what the Change Your World movement's it's all about that.
John mentioned just now about the John Maxwell team. Many of you have never heard of the John Maxwell team. You're like, what's he talking about? What he's talking about is 36,000 women and men that have been certified in over 165 countries of the world. These are women and men that want to make a difference. Some of them want to do that by starting a business. Some of them want to go into their existing business and make a difference. And some of them are still trying to figure it out. But it's 36,000 strong. And John, I almost feel a little bit like you said in that 6 million. When we have 36,000 plus one, that's you.
That's
because
right.
I'm going to give you a chance to join today, be a part. When we have 36,000 plus one, what can we do? We can transform the world. We can change the world. Yeah. Which that really leads us to question number 4, the chapter number 4, which talks about vision. And you said for transformation to happen, we need a vision that unites us. Can you talk a little bit about
we
chapter
do.
4?
We need a vision that unites us. And so I wrote chapter 4 with the title, Let's All Get on the Same Page. And it's all about the fact, let's understand who we are, and let's understand what we want to accomplish, and let's all do it together. And what I've discovered, Mark, about any great movement is that it's a great movement because a lot of people have like values and they have like vision. And the vision is where we're going. The values is what we're doing and who we are. And when you put those all together, as I did in Change Your World, all of a sudden everybody says, well, wait a minute. That's how I feel. That's what I want to see. And the moment that you begin to elicit that kind of response from your reader that, wow, yes, Yes, John's talking about something I'd like to see happen in my family's life or in my community's life. Now, all of a sudden, we're starting to get on the same page. We're united in our vision and our outlook. Now we can do something pretty big.
So we're talking about vision, and we talk about without vision, people cannot be unified. And now, John, we're in the meat of this book.
In the meat.
Because chapter 5 and 6 brings us to the core of Change Your World, which is values.
It does.
And there's 25 transformational values that we have in the book. And I want you to just talk about these chapters 5 and 6 and how important they are to changing the world.
Well, chapter 5 is about values. In fact, it's entitled Experience the Value of Values. And in the early part of this century, when we had a real break of trust in the corporate community, you remember Enron, and my publisher at that time asked me to write a book on business ethics, and I said, well, I can't do that because there's no such thing as business ethics. There's just ethics. And now the good news is if you have ethics, they work in business, but they work in your family and your community. And he said, well, could you write a book on ethics? And I said, well, I'll do my best, but I wasn't sure how I could write this book in a culture that doesn't have absolutes or standards. So my team, our research team, we really worked hard on it. And all of a sudden we settled, Mark, on the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated yourself. And this is a value. And I saw that we could build an incredible, ethical, and form an ethical type of a movement and foundation and base if we just use that value of treating others like you want to be treated. That's the moment I realized that there was value in values. And that was kind of when the light came on for me. I mean, that's several years ago. That's 20 years ago. But that's when the light came on me that if you really want to change and transform people's lives, that you need to do it around values. And so that's what we've been doing, and we've had great experience. But then when I got into chapter 6, I talked about the process. I mean, okay, if we're going to train and teach values, what's the process of doing it? And so I love the chapter title of chapter 6, Transformation Happens One Table at a Time. And that's exactly how it happened. It starts with a few. Movements don't begin with a mass, they begin with a few. So 6, 8 people around a table every week, talking about, asking questions, sharing illustrations of how values have helped shape people's lives. And Mark, you and I have now been experienced with this long enough to know that values in the right setting, a small group, really make a difference. And I'm so excited about you getting into this part of the book because all of a sudden the light's going to come on and you're going to begin to understand. What you're going to do is you're going to not only begin to understand how people begin to be transformed, but you're also going to be able to realize that you could be transformed or that you can help other people come into that incredible higher life. And so what really excites me about it is it becomes very empowering once you know what the secret is, and then you have the process to open up that secret to other people's lives. It becomes very, very exciting to me.
So I know, because I've been riding shotgun with you for 20 years, but we've had 1.2 million adults in round tables, just like we're talking about.
Yes.
We now have over 800,000 this year in round tables studying values. So you're saying that this chapter 6 meat
it's magic.
Is about getting family members, getting people around the world, even virtually, to come together to learn values in a round table format.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, when I started with my grandchildren. Mark and I have 5 grandchildren. We went on a trip, and so every day, because we were on vacation, we'd sit down and we would work with the values, and it was absolutely life-changing. You see, here's what makes this work. There are 3 questions people ask if they are going to experience growth in their life and if they're going to follow somebody that will help them. And the 3 questions are, do you care for me? Can you help me? And can I trust you? And what's so beautiful about these transformation tables is the tables, the small groups, answers those 3 questions. You sit around table with people who begin to learn about your life, and pretty soon they begin to relate, connect, and care. And then you begin to find out that they can help you because you get different perspectives from the different members. And it's kind of like, well, I never looked at it that way. And they begin to help you. And what happens over the process of time, trust begins to develop. So the transformation tables have those 3 ingredients that just allows a person to say, wait a minute, this is a safe environment for me. And these people, they can help me. They care for me. I can trust them. And that's the magic of the transformation table. It enables that type of an environment to be experienced by people who sit around that table.
Is there anybody watching today that's like, sign me up. Okay, I'm done. Can we stop this stream already? I'm ready to go sign up.
I'm ready to sign up, and I wrote the book.
I'm ready to sign up.
Yes.
I'm ready to sign up too. And literally thousands, John, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be challenged to join a roundtable, and your John Maxwell team members are going to be hosting those roundtables. So I got to ask this question. How do we know if these transformation tables are working? I know in chapter 7, which we're going to, you talk about a system that measures up.
Yeah, chapter 7, I talk about what gets measured gets done. And this is if the values and the transformation table are like the core of what makes it work, what we're talking about right now is the backbone of this organization. You've got to do more than just say you're making a difference. You've got to show that you're making a difference. I've always said that it's easy to say anything. It's much more difficult to show, but it's this show that really makes the difference. And so we measure. And you know, I'm not a bowler, but here's what I know about bowling. I'm bold enough to know that you go to your friends, you go to the bowling alley, you get the ball, and that ball rolls down that alley. You watch that intently because you just want to see how many pins are going to fall. And you say, well, you know, I don't go bowling to watch the pins fall. I just go for the fellowship with my friends. Oh, you do? Then I'll tell you what, the next time you're with your friends at the bowling alley, ask the manager to remove the pins. Pick up that ball, roll it down that alley, watch it go thump with the background, and nothing's happening. And just see how long you are energized to keep on bowling. After about 3, you'll think, well, this is the dumbest thing I've ever. Nothing's happening. Well, you see, it's the measurement of I did something and now, 3 pins, strike, whatever. You get immediate return. And so what we've tried to do is to help people through these transformation tables of teaching values to understand where they are and how they can know that they've advanced. Because I think the greatest motivation in staying in the game is to see results. Yeah. And so we talk about how do we see results? How do you take a transformation table, start, and then when you're finished, say, look, we can show that we're all better. That's what it's all about.
Well, it's seeing is believing. Again, it's intentional living. I'm telling you what I think about transformation. Change your world. I'm telling you what I know about transformation, because seeing is believing. Let's go to chapter 8. Thanks for doing this, John. On behalf of everybody watching, I'm just kind of like, you still need to buy the book, by the way. But John, you're just whetting our appetite with this whole movement that you're starting. Let's talk about chapter 8, a conversation that expands us.
Well, I love this chapter. It's called Let's Keep Talking. And pretty much what I'm saying here is that if you're talking to the right people, they constantly expand you. We get into conversation where one person lays out an idea or a thought, and then another person, they kind of build on it. And after a while, all of a sudden, what you started with, which was good, becomes better, and maybe sometime it becomes great. And I think that the reason we want to keep talking is because the more that we talk about transformation and life change, the more that we expand ourselves and get better. And here's what's exciting. Once you get involved in this and you are a part of a transformation table or you're a facilitator transformation table, it won't take long for you to begin to understand that we grow to the conversations that are around us. Absolutely. That's a fact. My good friend Diana Kokoska taught me that. And it's an absolute fact. So what happens is the moment you start being in this transformation table and you begin to hear the conversations of others, everybody gets better. We all make each other bigger and we all make each other better. And so this chapter is all about the fact that if we keep talking, we'll keep getting better. And what I love about this is we're starting this movement of transformation, but I think a year from now, we'll be a lot better than we are now.
Absolutely.
Because we'll have tens of thousands of groups, hundreds of thousands of people that are in transformation tables, and we'll learn from each other, and we'll all get better because of each other. So that's very, very exciting to me.
Well, I hope you all are as excited as I am about launching Change Your World to the world. I know that I am. In fact, just for a moment, just indulge me. I'll show John later. If you are excited, I want you to post in the comments right now your excitement. Maybe just post, I'm all in. I'm all in, John. I'm ready to go and to change the world. I know if you're as leadership sad as we talked about earlier, even the pain is making you ready. But I hope now the pain is changing to hope, and you know that we're ready. John, we're closing out today, and I just want to go to this chapter 9, this final chapter of Change Your World, and I love the title. It's your turn to change your world. And in this chapter, you talk about inclusion.
Yes, I do.
Boy, isn't our world ready for inclusion right now?
Yeah.
So can you share a few things about the blueprint of change and how it begins this infinite process that puts a call into all of us?
Well, I think first of all, everybody that reads this book will be encouraged. This book is filled with hope. And I think when you read it, you're going to be greatly encouraged because you're going to be able to see that there's a way to make this a better world. So I think that in itself is kind of step one. Wow, I read this book and I think it's possible to see some good, creative, positive change. But the reason the book was written wasn't for you to, after you're done saying, yeah, this is what needs to happen. I'm encouraged. No. This is a book of involvement. This is a book where we ask you to get in the game. Because if there's something better than knowing that the world can become a better place, it is the fact that you are helping it become a better place. It's kind of like we're wanting you to get out of the stands. Yeah. It's, oh, this is the best game I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, this is a great game. We're saying, well, if it's such a great game, why don't you get out of the stands and get out there on the field and play the game with us? Because the game only gets greater with your personal involvement. And I can just trust me, the victory is sweeter for the team on the field than it is for the fans in the bleachers. Yeah. And basically what we're asking you to do is just get out of the stands and come and join us and be a part of it. And what's so wonderful is this, Mark, when they decide to be a part of it, we don't just put you in the game and say, hey, good luck, and we're pulling for you. No, we're in the game with you. And one of our commitments is to be able to, every step of the way, walk with you. And we can do that because of the potential virtual ability that we have now, that as you take this step and become part of the John Maxwell team and become part of this incredible transformation movement, we promise you, we'll walk before you to give you the vision, but we'll walk beside you to give you the support. And that's what really excites me. You are going to become a part of something that's bigger than you, bigger than me, but not bigger than us. The key is us. It's the group, it's the community that will really bring transformation. And I'm so happy that we get to, involve everyone else and basically say, come and join us. This is not our game, or it's not our game like it's our game and you don't get in it. It's all of our game, and that's what we want.
36,000 people is not enough to change the world.
No, we need more. We need you. That's what we need. We need them.
You know, the comments were staggering, John. As I said, who's all in? I'm in. And the comments, the people that are responding right now that's saying I'm all in. I wish you and they're seeing us here in the studio, but I wish we could see into the living room, into the offices right now. And I kind of sense everyone sitting on the edge of their seat saying, where do I sign up? Yeah. What do I do?
I'm ready.
And I know you're doing that because transformation is a personal thing. But what John shared with us today is not only a personal thing, it's something that you and I can do to change the world. It's not just something to read. It's going to be good, January 26th. But it's something to read and apply. Yeah. So I want to tell you how you can join this Change the World movement. You can join today. John has just kind of fired us up for action, and I want you to be able to take action, and I've got some exciting news for you. On December the 3rd, John is going to host an unprecedented call on that Thursday. He'll open the doors for every one of our John Maxwell team members, 36,000 plus one, you. He'll invite you in to join him at a live event where we will become trained to facilitate transformation tables and make a difference in our world. By becoming a trained facilitator, the first group will have the potential to reach the first 100,000 people to go through Maxwell transformation tables.
That's beautiful.
That sounds pretty good.
Sounds fabulous.
So since the December 3rd event is open only to the existing John Maxwell team members, I'm excited to announce to you today that we've opened up the John Maxwell team for enrollment today for you. You can be a part of the team and be a part of transforming the world. To sign up for the John Maxwell team and to get your free ticket to be a part of the December the 3rd Transformation Summit, go to leadwithjohn.com. That's on your screen right now, leadwithjohn.com. Anyone listening and watching today, you have until 11 a.m. Eastern Time on December the 3rd to join the team and attend the summit absolutely free. And not only that, you're going to get, when you join the team, a free ticket to the summit and a copy of John's newest book, Change Your World. The book's not out yet.
Mark?
Yes, sir.
Just let me say something. If you join the team, you're not going to get a free ticket. You're not going to get a free book. But if you join the team before December the 3rd, I'm going to sign a book to you.
Whoa.
I want you so badly to be on our John Maxwell team and be part of the transformation. I will personally sign a book for you. So don't miss this. I want you to get involved and join today. I'm sorry, Mark. I just thought I just want you to be on the team so much. I just thought I'll personally sign a book to you.
Gang, that's a big deal, and our logistical team that's in the studio with us today just kind of gasped.
Yeah, they're wondering. Oh no.
That is a great gift, John. I'll give you a high five on that right there.
All right.
Thank you. So again, the book's not out yet. So we'll get you a voucher, a code that you'll be able to get it for free. John will sign it to you personally, and we'll get it out to you. You'll also get to be plugged into the team-only roundtable training that is happening to prepare you for a Change Your World transformation table, to facilitate, to be a part of the movement. We typically don't grant access to new team members. We get everyone acclimated, but this has become so important to John. His passion is contagious, and so you can be a part. In fact, we want you and your potential to help us change the world and to bring about change in your community and in your world. The John Maxwell team is your team.
Yes.
John, if someone's is thinking today about joining the John Maxwell team, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say join because I need you. And I'd say join because you need me. And I'd say join because we need each other. You know, Mother Teresa said, I can do what you cannot do. You can do what I cannot do. But together, we can do great things. That's what Mark's call is all about. Together, doing great things. So join the team. I'm going to look for you, and I can hardly wait to sign a book.
John's right. Our team has truly been transforming. And you can go right now, go to johnmaxwellteam.com, and we will have a program advisor to call you and be a part of this. We do. We want you to join this team. And in fact, let me just tell you a little bit of what this team really means and give you an overview of the team and what you're signing up for. You'll be able to build your own platform. You'll become a certified coach, speaker, trainer, and be able to use John's intellectual property to build a business and to impact your community. You'll be able to use our coaching manuals, our lunch and learns, our scripts, our guides to help you create your own coaching package, and you get to keep every one of the dollars, 100% of the dollars you get to keep as you build your business and your coaching speaking, training business. In fact, you'll be able to deliver content through masterminds that we give you. We'll give you speakers guides. We'll give you keynote presentations, workshops, and coaching sessions, both online and in person, using the Maxwell brand and content to get your foot in the door. You'll be able to coach and train and help transform individuals, teams, and organizations. You'll be able to increase your impact, expand your influence within the Maxwell brand. And finally, you'll be able to attend transformation events. You'll be able to attend the December the 3rd summit with John Maxwell. We want you to maximize your moment and change your world. There's never been a better time to change leadership sadness to leadership gladness. There's never been a better time to build your business and join forces with a team that is committed to transforming the world. You need to be about something bigger than yourself. Go to leadwithjohn.com, fill out the form. We want you to get on the phone with one of our program advisors and become one of our teams. One more time, enroll by 11 a.m. Eastern Time on December the 3rd, and you will get 2 bonuses. Bonus number 1, you're going to be able to join John Maxwell for a half-day interactive virtual summit talking about Change Your World. Bonus number 2, John Maxwell is going to personally sign a Change Your World book to you, and you get that free. It's all available to you. Go to leadwithjohn.com right now. Fill out the form. Tell them you want to change your world. John, we're thankful. We are proud to have spent this time with you today. We want to welcome you with open arms and invite you to be a part of a team that is bringing hope, that is bringing love, that is bringing values, and an opportunity to change your world. John, anything you want to close out with today?
You've done so well, Mark. I'm proud of you, but I'm very excited about you that are going to join with us. Over these next few days, the team will be sharing with me the people that are part of the John Maxwell team. Don't miss out. This is your opportunity. I'm so looking forward to being your friend and being your leader.